This is the sunrise show, where the brave ones start to blow, where we speak our minds with fire, lift our homeland even higher. Poetry, music, stories bold, truth that cannot be controlled. Sunrise show, yeah, right. This is the sunrise show, where the brave ones start to blow, where we speak our minds with fire, lift our homeland even higher. This is the sunrise show, where the brave ones start to blow, where we speak our minds with fire, lift our homeland even higher. Poetry, music, stories bold, truth that cannot be controlled. Sunrise show, still hope for Sierra Leone. On a good evening, we family. Welcome to the Sunrise Show, the first edition on APC Diaspora Online TV. This night show we're going to run every 2 weeks a monologue in the form of talks, music, poetry, and more short video clips, everything artistic. Bringing to una things and way the current state of affairs na salon or salon community then. They come in various forms. And mostly we go for the research things that we are of concern to Sierra Leoneans them and bring and come through a monologue, sharing the fears, the worries, the concerns of Sierra Leoneans. Today, we get a very important topic for discuss. And this one has to do with a current discussion at Parliament on the Constitutional Amendment Bill. But the topic for this monologue now, rewriting the rules, is the 2028 elections already rigged? Rewriting the rules, is the 2028 elections already rigged? What does it mean? It means say, why did they do this constitutional amendments? They don't already find a way where they don't rig the 2028 election, or the things that were they inside this bill. Now things that were if they pass, it will make it possible for me to rig the 2028 elections. We will work on them. But this discussion today will start mostly for see the 11 or 12 key issues then with the amendment bill, constitutional amendment bill of 2025 gets. Then we'll look at critical issues then for Sierra Leoneans then and questions them for the opposition. Yes, that's so what we do. This is so to speak. But before we continue, make we pause and listen to a poem where they talk about the constitutional amendment. A constitution on the stage. Our power he writes the rules. They gathered us in the town square under the hot 3,000 sun. Told us the constitution needed a little polishing, just a bit adjustment, like a tailor having trousers that somehow turn into all new suits for the same old man. They call it review, but the pages came back smelling of fresh paint and old ambition. Ink still wet, fire still hungry, democracy still waiting outside the door, like a visitor told, come back later. The big men are talking. They said we are strengthening the system. But the system looked at us and whispered, not lie. Because every time the people ask for bread, the system brings the pen. Every time the people ask for fairness, the system brings the quality. Every time the people ask for change, the system brings the clothes that somehow bends like bamboo toward the one sitting in the big chair. They say elections are coming. We say elections are always coming. But this time, the ballot box looks nervous. The voters look suspicious. And the constitution looks like it's been to the gym, to the tailor, to the plastic surgeon, and to the ruling party's WhatsApp group chat. They say this review is for the people. But the people read the draft and ask, which people? Because the streets are buzzing, the hotels are whispering, the market women are side-eyeing, and even the palm wine tappers are saying, this is not correct. See, that it's easy. When the truth already sounds like a joke. When the referees are appointed by the striker. When the rule book is edited mid-match. When the scoreboard updates before the game even starts. But Sierra-Leoneans, we sabi, we get sense past this. We've dealt with history long enough to know when the music is being changed to suit only one dancer. So we stand, hands on hips, eyes wide open, telling the Constitution, if they want you right you, make sure you still get backbone. Make sure you still get voice. Make sure you still stand for we the people, not the one who holds the pen. Because power can edit pages, but it can't edit people. And elections can be rigged on paper, but never in the hearts of a nation that has tested struggle, survived war, and still believes. Still believes that democracy should not be a private property. So let them review, let them rewrite, let them rearrange commands and stretch clauses like rubber. We gonna watch, we gonna talk, we gonna wait for votes, because Sierra Leone is bigger than any man's ambition. And the Constitution, no matter how many times they repent it, still belongs to the people. Well, you don't agree with the point say. The Constitution still belongs to the people. No matter who said in Krango to La Mano, then discuss on the WhatsApp group, we don't care. We know say the Constitution of Sierra Leone belongs to Sierra Leoneans. Well, now we can talk small about this constitutional amendment bill of 2025 when the discussion they go on at parliament right now. Firstly, in 1991 constitution, them been designed for make them promote the one party system. But the implementation be fragile, means say it be weak. So we begin see persistent challenges like weak institution, exclusion of different groups, mismanagement of the national wealth, they continue to undermine the democratic consolidation or democratic gains we don't make for move from a one party to a multi-party system. Yes, not forget to. And that's made them be introduced the 1991 constitution. Unfortunately, each government when they can begin they decide or choose waiting they want for implement. The constitution provide a lot of things them for ensure say people now abuse the human rights, for ensure say power cost being at the hands of the people them. But each government can they choose A, C, F, I know they want for do, the left and yes, so continuously issues them begin take place. So over the years, persistent challenges. But make we look at different published works on the constitutional review. Make we understand which are experts their own view. But look at journalists their own point of view. They look at lawyers, these are law people they do the bill. Make we look at all what thing the sabi people say about this constitutional review. But before we go there, make we look at the different key issues then with the bill presents. They will proceed now for talk on waiting the people then what they say concerning this bill. Okay. So this amendment bill for me gets 11 key issues. One part the people will go for share their own published work inside 12 issues because we divide one thing to two. But me go into this two now 11 issues. And inside the 11 issues here, about 4 or 5 today, we'll go over more spam because that things are very important to Sierra Leoneans then inside Salon and Salon people with the other country. So one, the first key issue now, presidential election threshold. What they try to talk about? Whether they run election inside the first round, how much percentage a candidate forgets to make a win? Inside the current law and procedure, now 55%. But this government they introduce say make 51%. I go work more, but for now I just want to now waiting at the key issues there. We'll go break them down as we go. Number 2 issue, electoral system. Currently inside Salon, now first past the post we get. Now only we can get issues then we can introduce the PI system. But the law of Salon say first past the post. Of course, we'll continue for 1 month on that because now other key issue we'll discuss. The third issue is the amendment bill, the removal of president and vice president. Number 4, appointment of the chief electoral commissioner. Number 5, date for election. I think currently now March. Yes, I think March of every electoral term, 9 for do elections. But this bill introduced November. We come and talk later with that. Number 6 points are on women representation for doing 30% quota. Number 6 special candidates there. Number 8, time for resign we want for contest as parliamentarian. Number 9, wait for petition election result. Number 10, dual citizenship. And number 11, presidential transition limit. I will explain that later. But before we can work more on the experts and young view about this issue, let me listen to a song we titled The People's Constitution. They say the pages need mending, a little stitch here and there. But we've seen threads being pulled out and thorns being stuck in. Oh. So let the review be honest, let the truth be standing tall. For the Constitution is the people, not the government, for the powerful. Oh. We rise with hope in our voices. Sierra Leone, this is our plea. Let every clause hold justice, let every line keep us free. Oh, government, hear this warning. History's watching every move. Do it in the people's name. And let integrity stand firm. So let the review be righteous, let the nations will be clear. For the Constitution is our mirror. May it reflect the people's will. Yes, the song say, make the review be righteous, because the constitution belongs to the people there. And in not talk that anymore, he say, history they watch we begin them posterity go judge we. Okay, now make we look as experts them, sabi people them, where understand law, or where understand dictions from the bill. So I will start first with the journalist them, with an addiction they understand. Then I will proceed to the experts them, with a lawyer them. What did they say for this bill? I will give credits to Yoni Emmanuel Sise of the Sierra Leone Telegraph, where writes on Sierra Leone's unfinished constitution and the cost of ignoring national wealth. He do this publication on the 15th of January 2026. He said, Salon in constitution, then being draft time for make them dismantle, for make them broke down in 1978 one party states, and for restore multi-party constitutional rule. He said that make them be introduced the 1991 constitution. He said, but the transition be very necessary, and people have been gladly for her. He said, but unfortunately, from the beginning, it be weak, it fragile, it not get boom. He said that weakness they become evidence. It can prove itself further where before even 1 year of the constitution for make it to be, the country for the inside serious brutal civil war will last for a decade. The article said today, where more than 30 years after they don't adopt the constitution, and over 2 decades after the civil war be done, it still should say the political transition not be seriously don't find one. So the law been there, but they not really transition from a one-party state to a multi-party system for taking the constitution, all waiting the constitution will say. It said the legacies of the conflicts and the institutional weakness, the weakness and where we institutional weak, continue for persist, continue for show. It said because of the weak implementation of the 1991 constitution, where show say the executive, the president gets smack power, where you will get presidents will not get good at or misuse and abuse her. He said we see also exclusion and persistent mismanagement of the national wealth, where they undermine the democracy in a salon. He said them pattern of instability in the country reveal why we history important. Because he said, if you don't know how you go, know how you come out. remember how Salon suffered during the war. He like plan set for go inside development, go first say, at least one go, you shall we come up. He said, the constitution not only a document for election and office demo. He said that how, because they show how power for exercise, how they for use power. He said how national wealth for be managed and how citizens then for be protected by the states. Enough of men and don't abuse power and make the people then suffer. He said, but because they not do all damn day, for the advice where the 1991 Constitution advice, they not really implement most of the things them, now expose or go of the excesses who they suffer so today. So that's the waiting that article they say. Now I'm going to the lawyers and run away now legal experts on bills, on laws, on constitution. And I'm going to give credit to the Institute for Legal Research and Advocacy for Justice. I like the name. It's all about legal debt for doing law. It's all about research. Meaning say that they not just can't talk for talk's sake, that they give evidence. It's all about advocacy. When means say that they talk for people and the common people and they talk for them. And above for justice, when the issue they face today are because of injustice. So I left them back. So at this article they can talk about now the writer. And then warn the government about the 2025 Constitutional Amendment Bill. They say now threats to democracy. It's not we go kill democracy. And then give the different things them, we mourn at them. Let me read some of them here. He said, inside the opposition paper where he released January 23, 2026, and then a legal advocacy group, where talk say the bill risk for give the ruling party power for making dinner power for donkey as a member. I always want to talk here at the big and care, make some of them for the other years, may not be slow or be reluctant or be lethargic about the issues of governance. The former chairman of the current government political party, SLPP, Prince Ade, don't say they never fought for use the PR system for make them stay in power for 38 years or more. So now, where ILRAG, Iraj, or something to pronounce and let us say they call them, when they watch into the bill and she say this bill gets a form for post threat to democracy by making the incumbents, the current government, commenting in danger power for donkey years. They even compare, the article compare the current bill to the 1978 constitutional amendments where usher in a one-party state. History day for guide me. History day for correct me. Make a go now, yes, back say that 1978 constitutional amendments, even though the APC be implemented, but it be introduced by the SLPP party. The government will be in power, they introduce them because they get intention for stay in power for donkey years. The APC can now then say they can't sell picture this one once, make a user for now. So they say they for donkey years. So it's like they try for Tonangi. So if you don't they decades back but they in power for long years, we say go there in power for long years. So this bill not a democratic bill at all. Not only talk so that the master sabi people live and they rub mouth on this issue. They say why they acknowledge say the bill intentional for enhance integrity of elections and promote gender inclusivity. Say but unfortunately critical thing in the way not go according to integrity. Thing that when they push inside as the poem in the poem say they put chuk inside the constitution. Then they pull good thing them material so we make we relax and enjoy life. They pull and then they put chuk for torment salute their life. Now so this article they talk about the constitutional amendments bill of 2025. It said that the years from the established the recommendation they don't make for make them win public trust and for make the ensure say the executive not continue for the gather power and suppress the people there. concern is that this bill, if it comes to law, they will use them as a weapon for men to stay in power forever. As Prince Adin said, and go stay in power of the PR system for 38 years or more. Salon people are not wake up. Una can say, make we left politics for the politicians. The way we come to don't go for left politics for the politicians that continue to suffer. If we not rob mobs, democracy is about that. And therefore represent we. But we therefore tell them what we want so we go the right way. So now we all are politicians. Make we be aware on whose side this bill they go. If they know roots come out the tongue stem, like the PR, they know roots come out the tongue stem and put in things that we go protect the human rights, protect the rights of citizens then we continue, we continue for cry for more years, donkey years. What is it again? This article of position paper, it brings up some key issues there. It talks about the presidential threshold. It said they don't lower them. It said from 55% to 51% on the first round. It said they lower them per smack one. And trust me, why I agree with them, because 55% act forgets. Not only people where, not only results where people really want that presidential candidates and will make it possible or make a president get 55%. But in a system where now 51% for the president is easy for me to manipulate them. Why they don't use the PI for me to get parliamentarians, their own parliamentarians flop na parliament, they can't get right style. Then it go easy for them to manipulate back for make them get 51%, for me to rig them 51% or rig. Why 55%? I know easy so no more. So say I don't understand. This bill gets tungsten, chukren inside it, waiting for what's come out. Okay, the other concern is that party expulsion and executive removal. We never work much too much, but then get concerned about that. We then criticize the sharp deviation they say from the 2016 Cowan Constitutional Review Committee recommendation and say they weaponize ruling majorities them. They weaponize the constitution by giving too much power to the incumbents or to the ruling party. The other concern comes of party influence in electoral commission, and this one my issue where me and you forget concern in on, because in this position paper I like say the bill no include non-partisan requirements. They give lots of requirements, academic requirements, expertise requirements, experience requirements, all beautiful requirements. But a key thing where we get conflict on the current chief electoral commission where the president choose, they don't capture them at all. I go work much on that later because I think that the key things when I salon people concern from my own research where I'm going to discuss later. I don't highlight that. The other concern is say the bill sets a 3-day filing window for election petition. And I concern when we say for what months back. Because how currently that 7 days salon people then get from actually not satisfied with the result, from any petition the result. So from 7 days, we are rush, we are down to 3 days. You know, it should say we really get planned. Meaning as a result, they don't people are not for swearing a president. That's not the intention of this current government. No transparency, no fairness, and everything. Because if not sure say we are sure of the win, we win. But 1 month later, 1 month we need. I not say no matter how them turn out, no one else can research and do, no kind of investigation and do. Now we're putting on a winner. So I don't mind. But because of we get craft, we get conny, we get bad intention, and make the offer reduce from 7 to 3 days. And the position paper come talk about say it said not even meet international standard. International standard at 21 days. They even cite example of Nigeria where then at 21 days that they use for petition election result. So instead of we advance in years, these governments they can go back to the stone age. How can we start from 7 days for petition? They will release after 3 days. Where other countries globally, that's 21 days they use. It means say then people are getting intention. Where they have for unravel, they have for unfold, they have for show we small one. What are the other concern when people are getting say the bill really good, but then believe then key issues here. Like thing that we go well with democracy. The last article we're going to now credit to Salu S. Kano of HRDI, with a campaign for human rights and development international, CHRDI. Salu, in article expressed concern over the draft Constitution of Sierra Leone Amendments Act, Nana Bill of 2025. It said key issues were flagged include the exclusion of persons with disabilities from nomination bodies, unrealistic petition timelines, unclear criteria for independent candidates, and provision for make political parties make them pull come their registration rights, especially when they fail for win two executive elections. So these are the concern where CHIGI can bring cap. So now let me see, maybe we can break and down now. What are the issues of concern where we get salon people then? And make we understand why we get them. And we'll start with the most important one, where the PI system. The PI system, when we discuss the PI system, simple for people who don't read most of the posts where people they try for educate Sierra Leoneans them on first past the post and PI. First past the post is simple. It means say you dey vote for you parliamentarian, you see in face. Me, I go stand for parliamentarian and in constituency way come out. You see me in face, me I go show on that APC. And so I'm now actually here. And see other person sorry we come out, other party, you see her. So he come out from the palm tree, me I come out from the sun, then two show the so. You say, sorry, sorry, Ranka. This forget that position there, we vote for him. It will go pass me like. But me now, me have been show himself. In past, he don't show say he care about we don't make for we the streets. Who was when they manage now, they get what's on him. Then give family say community center, he build up. They are not good for me. So that's the PI system itself for pull come from people there. That power for make you for choose, look at the leader we have to put on our community and say, no, this is the better leader. Even though we are APC, I love vote for Mira. Come Mira, if you don't do me this, it shows a better ability there for do and back. I will vote for Sori Ranka. Because I don't say even though Ranka, we go do this. And that power they pull from Sierra Leone, they want pull from Sierra Leone. They want bring a system, a PR system, where you have to show APC, SLPP. When you vote for the two, the party go on and go send, so you can away as that. And send other person from APC one matter sweat there. They bring them to come as parliamentarians then. We are not happy there. They not come from our community there. They not care about una. They not feel una pain. They don't suffer with una. They can the only way they hold allegiance to are the political party. When I look to Ekorata and the political party they go to Ekorata. When I send Eat Cola, and then they go Eat Cola. Why not the first past the post? When they want to get the election, Mira and Sori Lanka or Matas were there, then they can't talk to people, they can't talk to them and say, oh, I want this position here. And this and this and this I go do for them. Then other person will say, well, what you don't do for people then? Say, I don't do this and this. And you say, I don't do but I will try for you. Then we're not going to decide who that's what I want. And that's the difference between the PL system and first past the post. But you know, don't they? Make us know like this. Why PL system not good for salon at all? If you you walk on that side, you don't go walk in a salon. I will do that the reason why. I don't say that before. I wish I could get the video for Grand Cantona for remind you that say the SLPP former chairman Prince Adibin say the only way when them party go ever win election na salon na through the PI system. And he said for me they stay in power for donkey years, 38 years and above, na through the PI system. So there's the element. If no one day party was in power for 38 years, we after first term, second term, they don't even care about like they go try for police where they no say they go pull them come out, but now they don't say they don't pull them come out, they go day as long as they want, they don't care about that at all. Imagine now when every 5 years we do elections, we get power for pull them, still what they do. They go if any place they kill people there. Anyway, talk, they lock her up, put her up at the road. We have never protect them or shoot her. Imagine all this so we will get PI system as a main form of election. Imagine how we get the PI system. You know, don't they get the eminence? Imagine how years about the implication of having the PI system as a form of electoral system. That's the current state of affairs, the status quo that's along right now. We'll get a drug lord sit down as king of the country will continue. Because we make this government will stay in power, they will continue to protect her. You know, don't know. It means say where the president spokesperson or advisor, advisor, Alpha Khan, say we system not to 3 square minutes and 1 square minute. That will continue. When they want to come in power in 2018, they say they can address the bread and butter issues of Sierra Leone. After almost 2 decades of ruling, they say no, they forget about bread and butter issues. You are continuing for each 1 square meal per day, where even for some people, they hardly for exist. So this is the implication of having the PI system. It means say, always on hate, always on don't cry against, always don't pain on all over these 8 years will continue for happen. Because it means say this government will continue to stay in power. Make a pause. Make it sink in well into the first. Okay. Now let me come to the other key issues then from the articles then. Where one, I don't know the experiment of what about the presidential threshold. It's easy for manipulating them more from 55% to 51%. It's easy for me to manipulate or get that 51% thing. The other point where I think for drawn to my attention that the partisan influence in electoral commission. Make we come. So we all know say this government they know say for how for choose electoral commissioner already been at the bill. So, but few months back, before the bill came for debates, the president rushed and chose Colin. Una ask yourself why the president rushed for choose Colin before this bill passed. Before this bill came for debates. Why? Una ask yourself. Because it's simple for not understand the implication of them, it means say they not say if they choose because the bill itself say president not for choose in electoral commission and chief electoral commission and commissioners. They forget a committee which comprised of people across the country from all regions, from all political parties. They for do nominations and give the best man the position. He don't wait for that. The president not wait for that. He rush for choose Colin. Why? Not supposed to not say time they come for election they want for rush to. No, they could have done it within August. They could have done it after the debates. But no. They have a plan in place that they unravel slowly. Yes? Why the president not wait until the bill turn into law and maybe get, for fairness sake, for integrity's sake, now we elections, for make tomorrow it's in party win set, we go SCA and say, now me party win. But in rather choose person, we go make them continue question in leadership, question in party if you win tomorrow. They not care whatever Salon can say, they not care how the election, they see the election internationally and locally as long as they win. I make it choose Colin. Make that sink in. Why in no wait until this bill pass? We go get a committee, we go comprise of people across the country, we go ensure say we all will get confidence in the electoral commissioner. But no, they decide to choose a party member, party card holder as chief electoral commissioner. Now to the next one, when a key issue for Salon people, the 3 days filing of petition window. Imagine we get 7 days. Even 7 days not enough. You know, she talk about thousands of voting papers, of ballot papers. She talk about lot of evidence when needed for gathered. You need expertise. You need time. 7 days not even enough. But then people get the confidence for introduce a bill where they break down from 7 days to 3 days. Where even 7 days will be used. Where our constitution not even enough. Meeting international standard. International standard, according to the article we read, now 21 days. And as I say earlier on, if you get confidence in that you win them, you know afraid to men take 6 months for investigate. So you don't say you go up, you can down, you know going to show say that you win them. But these people are put into play their master game where Prince Adi we don't talk about. Now we can go, I'll give a more get a short break. Then we'll go now to an article where give APC MP them 5 questions where they for answer. And that's very important to make we discuss. To make we listen to get an intermission, we'll get a break and come back later.
It's the sunrise show, where the brave will start to blow, where we speak our minds with fire, lift our homeland even higher. Poetry, music, stories go, truth that cannot be controlled. Sunrise show, still hope for Sierra Leone.
Okay, this could be a compliment. This could be an article by the Sledgehammer. I want time for play and come up to National Museum. Make us see the Sledgehammer article. Okay, I've seen it. Okay, so the Sledgehammer writes an article on the constitutional amendments and it presents 12 issues to watch and 5 questions for APC MPs. 12 issues to watch and 5 questions for APC MPs. Well, we're not going to look at the 12 issues because we already don't discuss them. So they come out to the 5 questions for APC MPs. And this is very important. Yeah, so we conclude now, we conclude on for look at critical issues where APC MPs for look at. It said, as the debates and votes take place, APC supporters and Sierra Leoneans generally should watch closely and ask 5 simple questions. 1. How will each APC MP vote on the appointment of the Electoral Commission? This is another problem for ONAM, and believe say all APC MPs go vote ONAM for ensure say we elections they get integrity. The people not going get suspicion, say the electoral commissioner where the president choose go become a puppet for the incumbent government at all. So even SIPP MPs that they're sober, they work their salt. It's not only about working their salt. If they get confident in themselves and in party, they will vote for this one. For ensure, say, the electoral commissioners, them will get, will come from across the country, across political parties, and the chief electoral commissioner could be somebody where all man agree, say, get integrity, and will walk the right way for police and everything. So I don't get an issue with that, so I know deliberate on that. The second one is say, how will each APC MP vote on block proportional representation? This neither the aid and the case. And this very important and the most important question of all in West 5 questions that we ask. And I will break them down further. Take into consideration the issue of Madam Lara Taylor Pierce, where it be reach parliament. We see how they wrote to the extent inside the APC parliament, how they agreed make them accept bribe and fought a woman with so much integrity, a woman with fearless for challenge the highest seats of power now we country. We mean say they bend elbows, they broke, they afraid for ensure say everybody, nobody above the law. Unfortunately, parliamentarians that with their selfish needs disappoint the people of Salon. With that scenario there, that history they make, we all worry. Makes them know that they're not even sure of the outcome of the voting on this issue. I can recall somebody writes do a post on Facebook, they appraise the APC parliamentarians, they say they debate very well, we tell them thank you, they appreciate it. And I write on my post say, I will not thank them. Yes, I'm impressed, but I will not say a word until after the vote. Because the truth of the matter, for make the PR system be, for me, get Salon return to PR system or be a PR system on elections, it only take 2 more APC parliamentarians then for me to vote for the PR system. We know say we already get 2 Judas inside APC parliament, inside the parliament where they represent APC. So we don't forget about them, they know what we do. But it only takes 2 more to make the PR pass. So I talk to APC parliamentarians, you on the way being blown at that last step. I'm going to say no amount of money, not sufficient to make Salon people and continue for suffer. The PR system inside Salon, not other country, but with this government, what we get and a plan, we already done here from Prince Allen say, with the PR system, we say in power for 38 years and more. I want to think on that 8 say, if any, they're going to oath, they're going to accept that and vote for the PR system and make this government continue to stay in power and continue to abuse for people and human rights and continue to silence people the way they're not glad they talk things when they mourn at them. The blood and sufferings of Sierra Leone and Senegal on our aid. It better not take on a neck and end on a step on a die. Or not take some end on a neck and drop on a step at the deep ocean. Then I put for the PR because of the bribe owner. Because it's not get for do with only 1 man job or 2 man job like in deputy. This get for do with the life of Sierra Leone, the future of Sierra Leone. So if you APC MP still once we will get a god blood and we can't see protected and the being shame kind of country vote PR because of the selfish needs. If you MP, APC MP, believe say you need you pocket your bank account, important about the life of Sierra Leoneans then vote the PR. But if you get conscience, you get heart, make a know my yes, I remember what this government don't do with people there. How many lives you don't lost? How many people they in prison for just picking up? How they don't take away the power of the people from any question government? If you get conscience and you get heart. right thing. So the SRP parliamentarians are not the waste the bread for speak to them, but all will always vote for what to make on retain power, irrespective of what it will mean for Sierra Leoneans. So I will not. But there are people there with hearts and conscience. May God touch on the hearts there. So that's an issue with the PI system. And the greatest challenge we will get from where rotten heads or selfish people within the party sell game for their own selfish needs. So that's a good question. Thanks to the Sledgehammer for writing these 5 questions for APC. Then the third question is, how will each APC MP vote on the presidential election threshold and the regional spread requirements? That, of course, may not say most APC MPs could vote on the against term. 51% that easy way for many rig presidential election. 55% protect the presidential elections more. The fourth question we ask, how will each APC MP vote on dual citizenship and independent presidential candidate? With this, we also in debates when we happened last week, and we see key things that wake up. Some people and they for, some and they against that on the side. But we go speak on the issue of dual citizenship. Me support for make we get allow people of dual citizenship for consent for any position because of the expertise when we bring up. We see how this government don't cause continuous brain drain in our country. Going after people, we make people afraid for return back home because of their affiliated to political parties or because of their critics of the government. But with the dual citizenship, it means wake up for people that we don't go study out. People don't get experience from different facets of society, different walks of life. Men come back and bring the expertise can that key leadership position. So I am for it. I know I don't hear you from different APC parliamentarians on there against that. That's fine, that's your view, but this is my own view. And taking the constitution say the economy of Sierra Leone mostly depends on diasporans. Diasporans, they do business in a salon. They send money for every people. They they set up business in a salon. They set up bill hosting, different things there. Our economy, majority of our economy depend on diasporans. The survival of the people mostly depend on diaspora. So why should we withhold good money? The government get a habit for go take international things them or think them for borrow things them where they work for we and things away for work for we the later at all. I think for police and self number. That's like thing we be against. Say diaspora instead, not for take key positions. That's my view. Then the last point where the Sledgehammer say, how will each APC MP vote on political party control over elected presidents and other office holders? Say, does the proposed constitutional framework strengthen democratic accountability or give political parties excessive power over elected officials? The answer, now in second point, when it shows say, the bill, most of the bill, they give more power to political parties, the DPR, and give power to elected officials then, like the president and parliamentarians then. There's our leg part this side on number 5. Now, how for me they reduce the executive power? That's the power the president get for reduce and small, especially the aspects of where it come to the end of time. When I say for like 2 years, maybe they take at 2 years, 1 year not enough. Where it only 2 years, enough of the inside contract on any big program for left dead time we aid for police instead. You talk about appointments, pretend they can appoint again, but that's when I try not to debate on because there are times when you need for pull person come out, when the person very don't do something so very wrong. So that's not an issue we for deliberate on. Well, now that's a bit fanatical. Now we platform APC Diaspora Online TV on the Sunrise Show with me, Lady Mira. I tell her thank you for listening to me. I hope say what we don't discuss now today and the evidence we don't show now for back up within I say we move on and una parliamentarians of APC go put Salo people in force because that's the only way we go before. And no government will get right for the power for donkey years at all. Salon belongs to all man. So forget an electoral system we go ensure say we any government kind of power and the people not gladly time they aim for pull them. That's one way we can ensure say these governments we don't do all the kind of wrongs without any remorse go continue within the power for 38 years or more. So until we meet again every 2 weeks for discuss issues then with the more salon people then. For more pull secrets then that do when they plan behind the scenes. For me to bring out the whispers, the kukukuchumuku they happen behind scenes, behind though the fears of Sierra Leoneans, the concerns of Sierra Leoneans. We will continue to get them now this platform and this show, the Sunrise Show. I tell my thank you until we see again on Tata.
It's the sunrise show, where the brave winds start to blow, where we speak our minds with fire, lift our homeland even higher. Poetry, music, stories go, truth that cannot be controlled. Sunrise show, still hope for Sierra Leone.